Well then, hi.
Hey Jeff.
Hello. After a long preseason, international breaks, recent distractions, everything, first couple matches, you now have a run where you're going to get a chance to play like 12, 14 matches without those interruptions. How now, as all that preparation doesn't feel to be able to just go in and just have a proper run of ranked matches?
Well, it felt great until you told us we had 14.
Yeah.
We're looking forward to it. I think it's all international breaks are always tough especially for the ones that go away and come back, with the travel and time change and just mentally it's a lot to come from camp and then straight back in. So it's just something that we're used to and used to having to deal with both the ones that stay here and the ones that go away. But looking forward to a 3-game week is also not great off the back of that, but excited for our home opener for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be nice to get into a rhythm of games, like you said. Having to and stopping is, not ideal, but that's just the way that the calendars work. We obviously have limited time to prepare for this kind of run now, so we really just have to really get through tomorrow based off all the work that we did prior to the international break. But we're feeling good. The group was good. Training was good today. I know that the girls have been training really hard whilst everyone's been away, and everyone's just looking forward to the home opener and kind of getting the season going, like you said, with a big run of games.
And then just the last follow-up on that is, having just had 2 matches and the first one being frustrating, how good was it to have the Gotham match as a follow-up leading into that break?
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah,
Thank
it was
good. We played some good stuff.
Yeah, I think honestly, you kind of take the Washington result out of it. There was really good things in the Washington game too that we did, and kind of came down to just putting the ball in the back of the net, which is something that we've really talked about, and we didn't really change much going to the Gotham game for those kind of reasons, and we were just pretty clinical, I would say. We could have been better, we could have scored more goals, but getting the set play goal for us is huge as well. We've been working on that as well. So we'll tap into that game and the spirit game and help the experience of that, definitely going into kind of this week where we don't really have any training time at all because we have 3 games and we'll all be shattered, and so we just have to really kind of go off of those games and the preparation work that we've done prior until we can start getting the games and getting some training within that. But the Gotham game was great. We also obviously remember how it felt, and that's important for us going into these games, which every single one is difficult.
Thanks, Jeff. Susie, go ahead.
Thanks, Ryan. I wanted to ask a little bit about San Diego, a team that you all had some tight matches against last year, and was a side that seemed to play lots of long balls in and around the box. And I'm wondering if you think they have changed anything up this year, or continue to pose kind of similar threats from last season.
Yeah, I think they still have similar threats. I think with the recruitment of Danny Colaprico and Maggie Doty-Howard, I think they've tried to add another dimension to that. And honestly, we played them a lot last year, but we didn't play them after June. So it's been a long time since we've actually played against them. And I think we evolved a lot since then. I think they obviously evolved a lot since then. But I still think their threats still tend to be the same.
And a little bit of an unrelated follow-up from me. Alana Cook got a goal for the U.S. Women's National Team this last week, and first a little bit of a fun question, but can you attribute that to the time she spent up top in the preseason? But more seriously, it does seem like she's been a little bit more of a target on set pieces this year, and I don't know if that's just my observation or if that's a threat that you think she can provide in a place where she can grow her game.
Yeah, I think so. I think she has the attributes to be a threat for sure. I think that we have a lot of areas that we can be a threat on set pieces, and Alana can definitely be one of them. And yeah, she naturally is like, oh, the goal wasn't meant to be, you know, blah blah blah. And I'm like, wow, you scored. Don't take that away from yourself, girl.
Yeah, it's either a great ball or it goes in the back of the net at the end of the day. So,
It's a-
Thanks, Susie. And then we have Steph.
Thanks. Yeah, just really quickly for me, obviously Rose got held out from that last national team game as a precaution. Just wondering how she's feeling ahead of this.
Yeah, it'll be a game time decision with Rose, which I feel like every game we play against San Diego, Rose has a game time decision to be made about.
that's true.
So yeah, game time decision on Rose.
And then just kind of following up on that, again, in terms of minutes management, particularly in that part of the field with like Huerta and Volana, and then obviously with Rose, like, you know, those three in particular kind of forming quite a lot of your right side. Just looking at that, with some minutes management coming from you, what do you, without trying to blow up your spot, with like, what are you going to do in the game? Just, you know, how much does that affect how you look at your roster management?
Yeah, I think obviously Lani and Soph only played in one of the two games for the US, which was great. I think playing on Tuesday and then being asked to play again on Saturday isn't disastrous. I think the minute management probably comes more in the Wednesday game and in the following Saturday game. And I think they feel good, they feel ready to go. So I think we go off them a lot when it comes to this stuff. And yeah, they feel good today and felt ready to go. And obviously this one's probably played the most out of everybody and chugging away, as she does.
Right, sweet. Thanks, Coach.
No worries.
Thanks, Steph. Are there any other questions? All right, looks like
Oh,
that's it.
Susie's got one.
Oh,
Happy to ask a couple more.
Go on, Susie, get in there, girl.
You got to help Luani settle in with the team, and she's got some practices in. I'm assuming, you know, you're not trying to rush her into anything, but wondering just what it's been like to have her join the squad.
Yeah, it's been great. She's obviously excited. She's really excited to be here. She's a really good character. She has no idea what I'm saying at any point of the day, so that's great. But she's done really well. I think she met us on game day in Washington, and then spent the week with us in New York, and then had some time to get acclimated to Seattle, and then got some training under her belt, proper, really good training sessions under her belt while the internationals were away. And yeah, she's doing really well. I think it's hard when someone comes in this late in pre-season, or not even in pre-season, without having a pre-season, that we've just got to be mindful that, she's young, she's got a lot of potential, but we've got to be really mindful of how we sort of integrate her into what is such a demanding league. And obviously we can use the Challenge Cup as opportunities for that, I think.
And one more for me. You alluded, this is obviously the home opener, and you've called a lot of different places home, but Lumen is now going into your second year, and had some really good momentum at the end of last season with crowds and the atmosphere. And just wondering if you can both talk a little bit more about what it's been like to be at Lumen and your excitement for what should be a good crowd for the home opener.
Yeah, Lumen obviously has been great for us. We really enjoy playing there. It's nice with the fans because I don't know, they feel pretty close, and you can really hear them, and they do make a difference because they do feel really, really close to the field. And kind of like you said, hopefully we can, build off of the end of last year with the attendances that we kind of get. We tend to be a bit of a slow burner with attendances, especially at the beginning of the year, and everything gets broken up and everyone's kind of played home games, and we're probably the only team that hasn't played a home game, and then the league started, and then there's an international break, and so for us, it's like the league kind of starts now with regards to our home base and our fans, and hopefully, you know, the excitement is running through Seattle with the Sounders have played games and now we're coming in here. So hopefully, you know, the fans kind of show up and are loud and do what they've always done for us, because they really do make a difference, and it's so fun for us to play for them. You know, it's always far more fun to play for someone outside of our group, and our fans are kind of perfect to play for. So hopefully tomorrow we'll have a good bunch of people there, and we can put on a show for them.
Thanks, Susie. And it looks like that's it for questions. Thanks, Laura. Thanks, Jess.
Thanks, everybody.